It's been a long time coming, but we have a new honest review. So for the longest time, I've been trying to see what companies I wanted to review because so many people ask me, oh, review this one. When it's like, it's the weirdest prop firms that have no track record. They're basically new and people are asking me to review it. And I'm like, why not just go for the companies that are well established? So today, that is exactly what we are going to do. We are going to review FundedNext. This is a company that has been on my radar for some time, but I wanted to see a little bit more from them. And now I believe that I have a lot of good reasons to be doing this review. So let's go onto the computer, let's review FundedNext and see what I like and what I don't like about the FundedNext challenges. Then I'm going to be telling you if I am actually already going for a FundedNext account or not. So with that being said, let's go onto the computer. But before we do, check the link in the description for FundedNext. If you sign up and you leave a comment with the emoji that is going to be at the end, you will be entered in a giveaway of FundedNext account. If you already have an account, don't worry. And if you want a 120% refund on your challenge fees, then use code Kimmel. So let's jump onto the computer. So first thing I noticed when I came back to FundedNext, this was back in August/September, where I was doing my review again. I actually noticed that they changed their website and now it looks much better. And there are so many things that make them stand out, and that's why I wanted to make this review. So this is nothing new in terms of up to 95% profit split. This is obviously with scaling or with add-ons. You have up to 300K. You have a lot of companies that used to do this of like, oh, we'll give you 600K, we'll give you 400K. And we knew that that was basically the demise of a lot of these prop firms because it's too much risk on one person. But now they give you up to 300K. You have add-ons, which personally I never really go for. I don't think that they are worth it. But again, some people do like them. For example, you can pay extra to get 150% refund. You can pay extra for multiple things. That's normally on the checkout process. And again, now this is the standard. So either way, it is good. Now, they also have the free trial. And I think that that is very good because it's something that not a lot of companies do. This means that you can test out their conditions by trying out the free trial. Not only that, but you can also see if you are capable of passing a challenge by going for the free trial. But this is where things get spicy because this is something that I had not seen in a while. And that is that you get 15% profit share in the challenge phase, which means that let's say that you make a total profit of $13,000 of passing phase 1 and phase 2, 8% and 5%. You're going to make more than $2,000 on your first payout. You are going to get 15% profit share from those challenge phases. And I think that that is absolutely amazing, right? So this is a big plus for them. By the way, I'm not getting paid to make this video. I'm going to say everything that I like and everything that I don't like. Next one, we have the monthly competition, which is good because you can get cash prizes or you can get free accounts. For people that don't have the money to buy an account, you can always do it through the monthly competitions. Prove yourself as a trader and they will actually give you a reward. And I think that that is very nice. You have competitive spreads and high leverage. I don't think 1 to 100 leverage is needed, but so many people want that. Spreads starting from 0.0 pips. You can trade through news, which is very nice. You have resets and top-ups, and you have no time limits. Again, we've talked about this. I think resets, this is something that was already introduced back in the futures era, but bringing that onto the CFD space, I think it is very nice. Now, this is one of the things that I like the most, which is you either get paid in 24 hours or you get paid $1,000 more. I think that is absolutely insane because you see this happening right now in the prop firm industry where traders are not getting paid. They're waiting 8 months for a payout, or they're waiting weeks for a payout, or now they have to wait for an interview for a payout. So many things happen that it just extends the time that it takes for someone to get paid. And for myself, when I see that you either get paid in 24 hours or you get paid $1,000 more, I think that is absolutely amazing. And when I saw this, I was like, God damn, they trust themselves, because I've seen so many people delaying payouts a lot. And the next one is they still have MetaTrader, which so many people absolutely love. You still have MetaTrader and you have CTrader. And I think this is very, very nice. And I think that that is even a green flag, given the fact that so many prop firms were chucked out of MetaTrader because of a lot of issues, yet FundedNext kept their license through all this time. And I think that that is very, very nice. Now, one of the things of the best trading conditions, you know, so many people say this, right? But let me show you something. Prop Firm Match, which by the way, I'm not affiliated with at all. They did this test on the conditions of all of the prop firms, or a lot of the prop firms. And on MetaTrader 5, on Eurodollar, FundedNext actually ranked 2 in trading conditions. And I think that that is absolutely amazing. This is what you like to see, like actual raw statistics on trading conditions. And they can say that they have the best trading conditions, right? Because they are ranked number 2. So this is very, very nice, especially because it's backed by actual real trading conditions and not just, hey, this is true and we came up with this. Like, I could say I'm the best trader in the world. If it's not statistically true, then it's just a lie, right? So at least this is actually backed by something real. One of the things that was very, very impressive is also, not only do you get the $1,000 extra if you don't get paid in 24 hours, but FundedNext is actually in number 3 in most payouts of all of the prop firms. This is in payoutjunction.com. In the last 30 days, they are also in number 3, just behind 2 futures prop firms, which pay out way more. And in the last 7 days, they are also in number 3, which again is insane. Being number 3, they're very, very big. There was a time where FundedNext was above FTMO in terms of the number of monthly visitors. I was extremely impressed by that, and that they can still pay out traders so consistently. It's absolutely amazing. But that is all of the good stuff. That is all of the good things that they promote. Now let's look at the challenges, which this is where they try to target us as traders. So let's look at the good things and the bad things of each challenge, how they try to get you on every single challenge. So on the Stellar program, this is where you have the 2-step and the 1-step. Personally, I always go for the Stellar program for this 2-step because that's what I'm comfortable with. That's what I know works. So that's what I stick with. And this is just the normal one. Phase 1, 8%. Phase 2 is 5%. You don't have a limit in trading. You can trade through news, and your maximum overall loss is 10%. So basically you have a 1.3 profit to drawdown ratio, which if you don't know, FTMO has 1.5, which means that the Stellar 2-step challenge is easier than the FTMO challenge. And by the way, one of the things I don't really like is when you have this many challenges. So you have Stellar, 1-step and 2-step, you have the Stellar Light, you have the Evaluation, and you have the Express Consistency and Non-Consistency. So you have 6 to choose from. I personally prefer when it's just, hey, this is what you get. But again, being devil's advocate, on my opinion, is that not everyone likes the 2-step challenge. Does not matter if it's maybe a little bit harder to pass the others, there are people that are still going to prefer the Express Challenge, for example, or the Evaluation Challenge, or the Stellar Light. So we'll look at all of those. So personally, this is my favorite one, the Stellar 2-step. Phase 1, 8%, phase 2, 5%. We've talked about this. And once you pass and you get a payout, you get a 15% profit share from the challenge phase, which on a 100K account is an extra $2,000, which is absolutely insane. Then on the 1-step, as the name says, you only have 1 step. You have the profit target of 10%, but your maximum overall loss is 6%. So if you really calculate this, so 10% divided by 6, you actually have a 1 to 1.65 profit to drawdown ratio, which means it's harder than the 2-step challenge. Even though you only have 1 challenge, the fact that you have less drawdown and a higher profit target makes it, technically speaking, harder. You can still trade through news, and the very good thing is that your first profit share can be in 5 days. And I think that that is very, very nice because again, the minimum trading days on the 2-step is 5 days, while the minimum trading days on the 1-step is 2 days. So basically they're trying to balance the fact that yes, you have a little bit of a harder challenge in terms of profit to drawdown ratio, but then you can get the profit share way quicker than you can get on the 2-step. So this is one of the reasons why people would go for the 1-step. So again, I'm not a big fan of 1-step challenges, but it really depends on the traders. That's why I understand why you have multiple challenge types, because not everyone is like me that just likes for the comfort. Like, I don't like much difference. It's like, if this is what I go for every single time, very rarely do I go for a 1-step challenge. So that is the 2-step and the 1-step. If you want quicker payout, you go for the 1-step in terms of the stellar. If you want a technically easier challenge, you go for the 2-step. Now, if you want a cheaper challenge, this is where you go for the stellar light, because a 100k account here costs $399. Not only is it cheaper, but it actually also has a phase 2 profit target of 4%. So the profit target on phase 2 is 1% smaller than on the stellar 2-step. But where is the sacrifice? Well, the maximum overall loss is 8% and the maximum daily loss is 4%. So if you really look at it, 12% of total profit divided by 8, that means that you have a 1.5 profit to drawdown ratio, which again is a little bit larger than in the stellar 2-step. But notice, your first payout can be after 21 days. You can still trade through news. And yes, you are sacrificing also on the daily loss, but you notice that this is always a balance that they're playing. Okay, how fast can you get a payout? Okay, what is the maximum drawdown that you have? Okay, what is the price? It's always this balance. That's why I absolutely love the prop firm industry. I really do, because it's so obvious to see the sacrifices we or the prop firm has to make. So I think that the stellar light is very, very good for people that are looking for a cheaper challenge. And this, I think, is a very, very good way to enter into the prop firm industry. Now, the next one, I don't really get this one. I really don't. Right? Because you have profit target of phase 1 is 10%, profit target in phase 2 is 5%. And then you have a time limit of 4 weeks and 8 weeks. And yes, they do say that this is the only package that offers free retakes. But if you go into the FAQs and you check retake, and you look up of what the retake is, and it simply says that the account must end in profit with all positions closed, even a cent in profit will count. Minimum trading days is 5, and you must follow all trading rules. So technically, why not really go for all of the other ones besides the evaluation? But maybe I just don't understand what it is, but I've looked through it, I've looked through all of the challenges, and I just don't understand the evaluation. If you do, and if you think that I'm missing something, just let me know in the comments. But let's go into the Express. And this one is weird, but I get it. So the profit target is 25%. But every 4 weeks, you can get paid during the challenge phase. So let's say that you buy a 100k account and you profit 8% in the first 4 weeks, you are actually going to get 15% of that, and you're going to continue trading the account. Then let's say you profit another $10,000 or 10%. So now you're at 18%. You get 15% of the $10,000 in profit that you got. And then once you reach the 25%, you get an extra 15% of that. So in total, you can get those 15% profit share as time is passing. And once you get to the 25%, this is when you start getting a higher profit split. So let's dive a little bit deeper into it to understand. That is in the FAQ section. So if you go onto the Express Challenge FAQ and you ask yourself, what will the profit share from the Express Challenge be? They give the example that I just gave. So let's consider the trader who starts with FundedNext account, 100k. You generate $15,000 in the first 4 weeks. You will receive 15%, and you continue receiving a 15% profit share until 25% growth target, which you will also get the profit share. And then once you achieve the 25%, you'll be upgraded to the FundedNext account with increased profit share. So you will receive 60% profit share on your first payout, 75% on your second payout, and 90% on your third payout and onwards. So at first, I didn't really understand the Express Challenge. So basically, this is the one where if people want to take it slow but consistently get paid, this is what they would go for. I personally still wouldn't go for this, but I understand why people would. Right? Because every 4 weeks you are getting paid, no matter if you passed or you did not pass the challenge. So if you want to take it slow and you want to pass the challenge, then this is what you would go for. And then you have the consistency and non-consistency. By the way, personally, I would go for the non-consistency just because it's not going to restrict you as much. And for example, you don't have to read through all of this, okay? So basically, I would go for the non-consistency for the Express. If I had to go for the Express Challenge, I would go for the non-consistency. And I 100% get why people would go for this, but personally, I would still go for the Stellar 2 phase, 1 phase, or even the Stellar Light. So that is really it. Those are all of the plans that they have. The only one I don't understand is the evaluation one, but the Express, Stellar Light, and the Stellar I do understand. But I do think that in terms of why to choose FundedNext, I do think that they make a very, very good point for them, because you do get the profit share from the challenge phase. That is something that we haven't seen in a long time. The profit target is smaller than on FTMO. You can trade through news, you have free competitions, you have the free trial, you have smaller challenges like the 5K and the 6K, which is a great way if you guys want to try FundedNext out on an actual account, or you don't have as much money to go for a 10K, 25K, 100K account. You can start with the 5 or 6K account. You get the refund, which by the way can be 120% if you use code Kimmel. On the first withdrawal, you get a payout guarantee in the first 24 hours. You are able to trade through news. You still have MetaTrader. So overall, I am very, very excited to max out FundedNext in the coming months. Like, I'm actually really, really excited to do that. And if you want me to do that on YouTube, then make sure to comment that you want to see me passing this challenge on YouTube. But overall, I'm very, very impressed with what FundedNext was able to do, because I didn't review them for a long time because I wanted to see a lot more of a track record from them. But I can tell you that this just gives me a lot of confidence. Like, they have one of the best conditions. They have the most payouts out of all of the firms, basically. The 15% profit share, that is insane. The guaranteed payouts, that is insane. You have plans for everyone. So personally, I'm just excited, right? And again, I told you there are challenges that I personally don't like, but all the rest I can't really hate that much. But let me know, what is your opinion on FundedNext? Sign up with the link in the description, comment with this emoji and your experience or opinion on FundedNext, and you'll be in for a giveaway of 5 FundedNext accounts, okay? 5 in total. I personally think that the prop firm industry is still doing amazing, and I'm excited to see how this is going to go in the future. So hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.